Sheesh. How's it going, dude?
Rather good.
Rather good.
Just got back from Florida this week for vacation. I was in Alabama and Florida with my family. That was nice. For too short of a time, but you know.
How long was
vacation days.
Alabama versus how long was Florida?
I flew to Alabama Friday night. In the morning, I got picked up by my aunt, and we drove back to their lake house, which was like an hour away. Stayed there Saturday night, and then Sunday still chilled at the lake. But then around afternoon, we drove to Florida, which was 4 hours away, and we stayed at their condo that they rent out. And I stayed there Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. Still hit the beach, and then I flew out midday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, at high noon. Yeah, no. Actually,
peak high noon.
Yeah,
fair weather conditions.
I had to guess.
Great day to fly.
Still got to go to the beach and shit, so that was nice.
Nice.
But yep.
Did you take Thursday off?
No, they're not. They're back now. What'd you say?
You take Thursday off too?
No.
Okay.
No. Friday night I flew out of last week. Yeah.
No, I mean like of this week. Did you work Thursday? Because I remember you saying you were going to be gone for like a whole week.
No, I only had Monday, Tuesday off.
Got you.
Wednesday I was back in the office. So
Wednesday you flew back and worked?
Tuesday afternoon I flew back.
Oh, I thought you flew back Wednesday.
Mm-mm.
It matters not.
Mm-mm. No, but it was a good time though. It's too short, but it was nice. I don't know. At the same time, I'm kind of like, I can only sit on the beach, and there's only so much to do there. So, I feel like if it was a whole week, and I get fucking sunburned like a mug, dude. So,
do you wear sunscreen?
Plenty. I can assure you.
I thought you were gonna be like, no,
not even one time. I'm very against it. No. I get burned no matter what.
That's funny.
So,
your English genes.
Yeah, pasty. Well, I mean, my fucking dad is brown as shit, and so is my sister, and John gets pretty tan too.
That's true.
My mom is like more pale like me, but she doesn't get burned.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of drew the short straw there.
Yeah, that's funny. You're saying your dad is brown as shit.
he tans like a mug. So I don't know.
It's bronze, my sister, perhaps. I don't know if brown.
Yeah, my sister's freaking looks like Latinx. Like she's freaking Latinx. She
apparently that's pronounced Latine.
Latine,
because X in Spanish is pronounced E.
I've heard that they don't like that though. That there's been polls put out, and they're like, that's not a word. You guys
they
made
should
that
like it. No, I'm just kidding.
They should. We're helping you. Except
I'm so neutral on that. I will just call it. I will just call it Latine. I don't think calling it Latin. I don't. I can see how calling it Latinx, like your Weapon X from Marvel or something like that, would be annoying. But calling it Latine seems pretty harmless. Gender neutral, because it is Latino or Latina.
I thought it was Latinx, like Kleenex, like it rhymed with that at first, because I'm pretty sure that's how Biden said it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how Biden said it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Folks, if you're watching this and you're Latina, hit us. Let us know.
Send us an email. Let us know let us know if you hate it or love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's, Latina people are not a monolith. I'm sure some wouldn't mind it, and some, maybe they're annoyed by it. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. We're certainly love Latine, because I mean my grandma is like as Latine as you can get. She suffered through some pretty like brutal racism back in the day.
And
like,
what's your grandmother's race again?
She's just
she's
like
white.
Mexican.
Okay.
I mean, it's tricky. Like our ancestors like lived in New Mexico before it was a state.
So Mexico.
So it was still like Mexico, but it's like a mix of like the conquistadors that came over from Spain, and then the natives and all that kind of stuff. So, but she would get like kicked. Your
grandmother's maybe not indigenous Mexican. Mayan.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. My mom did a ton of research on it, but she would get like refused service at diners and stuff and shit like that back in the day. It was pretty sad. So I have a lot of sympathy for that.
Racism is sad for sure.
It is indeed, yeah.
It's an L.
It is a big L.
Big
for
L.
us, yeah.
Racist plus L plus young boy better. Well, that's cool. Did you do anything else besides just like, did you play any sports on the beach? Throw the Nerf ball around?
We played plenty of catch, but I had to be
careful. We had a catch many times.
And Pa had a catch. No, I took it really easy because last time I went to the beach, I just like was running a route and I like went up to catch it and I came down and I was just like, oh, my neck feels awful. And then the rest of the day, I just had to like lay down. I had no idea like, what I did, it was terrible.
It makes you think about like those pro football players who are just like taking hits from, the force equivalent of like a Chevy just hitting you at 30 miles per hour.
I was just watching a video about that, like a sports science video it's pretty old, but this old running back, Brandon Jacobs, is like 6'4", 240 pounds. And he runs into like just this skinny white guy that's like the host of the show. And he's like, I'm going to take a hit from Brandon Jacobs. And he like just stands there and like braces himself, but gets knocked back 10 feet. And like he just got hit by 2,400 pounds of force.
It's just like, what are you talking about?
That's getting like, hit by a bull.
I saw some video where I was literally like, that's not true. Like it was about some MMA fighter they said like his punches are like getting hit with 4 sledgehammers at once. I'm like, there's no way you would be dead.
Your bones would break.
Yeah, if you got hit in the head by one sledgehammer, your head would crack. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you'd be dead. Yeah,
he doesn't have. It's like it's ridiculous.
It's
punching powers. It's like
getting hit by Ray Lewis. I was another one, but it's like getting hit by it was like a specific car too, I think, but it was like getting hit by like a minivan at 30 miles an hour. It's the same force.
It's absurd. Yeah. It's like I'm good. I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll pass.
I think I'll survive past
all those
50s.
guys can barely move and they have brain injuries for the rest of their lives. They're like, well, at least I made the championship. And it's like, okay, but you're disintegrating for the last 40 years of your life. But okay.
For some guys, it's the only path, though. Sad,
very sad. I mean, like, yeah. What do you think about, Jay Tatum took the L,
tragic.
Celtics?
I was watching. Yeah, it sucks to see the Warriors win again and see Tatum lose, but they just look like they fucking gave up in that last game.
Dude, I mean, I watched game 3. I think I watched game 4. Whichever one was like when they were up 2-1, Celtics were up 2-1.
Yeah, game 4.
Game 4 at Boston. And they were just whiffing threes. Yeah. I mean, it was just wide open threes. And it's like, you're y'all are not going to practice 3-pointers? You're going against the 3-pointer team. You can't miss any of them. Like,
it was like the third quarter of this last game, and I just saw Steph. He just like caught the ball, immediately turned around and just chucked it and just made it. And I was like, yeah, it's over. It was only like a 10-point lead. But I
knew they were going to lose the series once they lost that game 4. I was just like,
right, tied it up. Yeah.
I was like, it was a close game, and then you let them run away by 20 points. And the next game's going to be at Golden State. You're going to lose that one. And then they're going to have a fucking 3-2 lead. You're not going to win. Like, you're not going to game 7. Like, you fucked it up. It's a shame, man.
Yeah. Just missing
better defense and like, my God, make the threes that are at least easy.
Right. There's a lot of wide open ones that just fucking airballed or they missed. Yeah, it was bad.
If you're in the NBA now, how is not most of your offensive whatever training just hitting threes?
Right.
Like, how is that not? I mean,
Steph changed the game.
Right. Like, how is that not something you're just doing all day that you have down pat? Especially if you're a team like that, where it's just really disappointing because they could have done it. They literally could have.
They had a more talented team.
Like they had so many opportunities to hold or make a sizable lead during that game 4. And they just whiffed.
They also had like 20 turnovers in the last game. So they're just like, let's pass it straight to the guys that are going to score a 3 immediately.
Dude, and also Draymond Green, I saw something where it was like he's $5,000 away from raking up a total career $1 million in fines. And it's like, Like, what is your legacy? Your legacy is just going to be like a dumber, less charismatic, less cool version of Dennis Rodman. But, you know, like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Rings. With 4 rings, but Dennis Rodman has how many?
6.
Maybe not.
No, he only has 3. He only has 3. He wasn't in the first run. And
it's like, yeah, you have 4 rings. But I mean, were you the sole contributor to that? I mean, do people think, that was such a great team? Clay, Steph, Draymond Green. It's just like Draymond Green is just kind of like that Draymond Green, you know, he's an aggressive defensive player, you know,
right?
He's like elbowing people in the eye socket. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Definitely back in when they had like KD and stuff, he was an afterthought. This one, it's actually more impressive. They were last in the league 2 seasons ago. Like dead last place. Clay hadn't played in 2 years, so they were like crying when they won. Like, because I do get it, you know, it's a long road back.
I mean, I think Steph will, at this rate, they'll probably win more of them. Frankly, no one's stopping them. No one's like, hey, should we hit 3-pointers better? Like, no one seems to make that a concern.
And he's not like, he doesn't have to get physical, so his career can be a little bit longer. He just stands at the perimeter. No one touches him.
That's why I thought of him, because we're talking about athletes taking big hits and shit. And it's like Steph has like paper ankles. He'll break his ankles every other year. But I mean, apart from that, you don't need your ankles to hit shots, really.
No, he can just stand at almost half court and just chuck it up and make it half the time.
And Poole, I mean, even if Steph...
Dude, Poole, I didn't even know who this guy was. I was like, holy shit. Poole. I thought he was like Steph at first, and he was just making shots. And I was like, oh, that's just 3, not 3-0. Like his number.
Yeah. No, in that game 4, he made like almost a complete half court shot. I mean, it's just like, okay.
Well, yeah, they got Steph teaching them. Yeah, you know, Wiggins and some of the other guys. Yeah, they were all just hitting threes.
It's just so ironic to play a game where the whole point is to just shoot a ball, but you're not going to shoot the ball well. It's like, wouldn't that just be like your primary concern?
Right, you'd think, but
I guess not.
They were just more concerned with passing it directly to the other team. So
yeah, or just like taking horrible shots.
Yeah, and they missed like
huge,
layups and
huge whiffs on like mid-range jumpers.
It's the pressure, though. You know, Jason's like, or Tatum. Yeah, Jason Tatum's like my brother's age, so 23.
It's crazy to think about. Yeah, it's absurd. Yeah. I mean, and he'll definitely get a ring eventually, and I hope he stays with the Celtics, because I think that's a good team for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
pretty much the biggest franchise after the Lakers. I mean, I would think like net worth wise, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe probably the Knicks. But they just suck perpetually.
What team? Let me look it up. What team
has the most value?
Has the most NBA championships. This is what I'm.
Oh, that's the Celtics.
It's tied. Lakers and Celtics both have 17.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is funny. And how many championships do the Warriors have?
Just those 4.
That's fucking hilarious. Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they hadn't won one before that at all. I don't even know if they'd been to one.
Yeah,
they've been to 6
but I'm
a
professional Draymond Green hater, for sure. He was wearing a shirt that was like the Boston shirt of all their championships, and then like it's all about 18 getting their 18th championship, and it was like the little like empty square, and then he wrote like, "Psych, no Warriors, maybe in 2023."
Like after the game or before?
And it's like, you're putting out bad energy into the world, bro. After they won.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, something bad
cool,
is out. You're putting out bad energy, mate.
Yeah.
No, hey, Tony, shut the fuck up real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Guess I will.
I forgot something.
Pray tell.
I forgot to introduce the podcast. You were like,
when's this guy gonna learn? Write a note. Set an alarm.
Write a note. Put a sticky note on your laptop. Fucking hell, dude. Listen, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlethems. It is still Pride Month, Monday, June 20th, 2022. The summer is in full swing. Welcome to another episode of Boke.
Boom.
I am your boom. Fucking boom. Fucking military character be like, send the rockets over, and then fucking boom. That's what happens. I'm your host, Connor Boyd. You may know me from TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, perhaps Jaded Forum. This is the podcast I started many moons ago. I believe I looked it up, by the way. It was like October 14th, 2019.
That sounds right.
So like a full 10 or 11 days before Modern Warfare dropped.
What a time.
Long time ago. Did I say episode 144 to be exact? That is the episode number.
You did just now.
Yeah, well, hey. But yeah, you may know me from any of those shits. Yeah, if you're watching, thank you. This is a podcast I have with my best friends from the great Gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. Joining us, as always, is the first member, the original first member of Woker and Boke, the illustrious, the astrological, because you have a NASA shirt on, Tony motherfucking Harrop is on the show today. Tony, how the cunt hair are you?
Oi. I'm doing good.
Susie.
Pretty
welcome
tired.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving the setup you got in your room these days.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, we're really, it's gas. I keep saying this every episode, but like this sucks. I really need to get the LEDs at least. Yeah, it's like fucking garbage. I just have like right there, but that's it. Ready, cut it. I mean, I see his live shows now, and he looks like, yeah, damn, you are. Was the AC on or not?
I don't know. I think it's just grease or something. I don't know. I need to shower. I haven't showered yet. Grease. Greasy guy.
I saw. I've been seeing so many, like, shout out Sunny Baby, TikTok creator I'm friends with, who makes a lot of videos about rap and music. And made this video talking about how Playboi Carti's performances are like some of the most unique that are going on right now. And he kind of has this character, King Vamp, that he's, constructed kind of just like he's been building over the years. His shows have become more and more kind of like hypnotic and dark, and he's kind of just not even performing the songs anymore. He's kind of just ad-libbing and screaming, and it's really kind of cool. It's like its own synthesis of like punk and metal and obviously rap, and just it's really cool what Carti's doing in live performances now. And obviously his fans are crazy, and the interaction, the energy that he's feeding off of is nuts. So I would love to see him at some point. I don't know if I'd want to. I guess I would want to be like in the pit, but I also am like, am I too old to be doing that? Like, is this? I don't know. I don't think I am.
Nah,
I wouldn't be surprised too if I went in that pit and the someone recognized me or something like that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, definitely.
It's quite
he went through Chesterfield.
That's
like, I think Thanksgiving last year.
Hilarious. I'm sure he made a lot of money.
Venue there. Yeah.
Mom, after we go to Cybergs, I gotta go to the Playboi Carti concert, dude. Drop me off at the airfield. My friends are picking me up at the airfield in Chesterfield.
The strip mall.
But yeah, usually joining us, speaking of live shows, is our good friend Max Sanza, who cannot be on the show today because he's busy doing live sound. Yeah, we can say I think he said we could say. Doing live sound for Vince Staples. Round of applause for Max. Let's Max, if you guys don't know, Max has been doing live sound engineering for probably close to 10 years now. Maybe less, but for at least 5 to 10 years, Max has been a live sound, front of house guy at venues in St. Louis. And that's his full-time job. He does shows. Some weeks he's busy than others, but a lot of the time when he's got a full schedule, he is doing shows, 5 nights a week, working 12-hour days. He works his tail off. Everyone that he works with listen, man, he does not get the credit, the money, the fucking respect. I mean, he gets respect, but like people take for granted just how hard Max works. And because he's a humble guy and he's just the chillest fucking guy, anyone who knows Max loves him. Like anyone who knows him knows he's just the most nice, sweet, lovable, fucking friendly fucking guy. Max might disagree with that. He might be like, "No, I'm a meanie. I'm angry." But no, he's a sweetheart, and he deserves this so hard. And he was called last minute through a mutual connection that he has to go fly out to Denver to do live sound for Vince Staples. So that's where he's flying to right now. I guess he's probably already touched down in Denver. Which I will have to send him a good luck text as I wish him very good luck. And it seems like it's going to be a really big opportunity. He's also doing live sound for Newfound Glory. This July, he's doing like 7 shows with them. This is a really big deal. It's a big break for Max, and I couldn't be more proud of him. He just absolutely deserves it. He's exceptionally fucking talented, both as a drummer, obviously, but as a live sound person, he's so professional, so on point. He works his ass off. He doesn't complain, at least publicly. But I mean, he puts up with a lot of shit, and I'm proud of him. So I'm really glad that this is paying off for him. And I know it's only the beginning. So Max, if you're listening, we're really proud of you. We love you. You're making us proud. And this is the one of the most sacred trios in the world. You, me, Max. I mean, come on. It's the Gripple Stevens verse.
Name a more sacred energy trio.
Literally.
Try it.
Try it.
Go. I'm waiting.
Go. I'm waiting. So anyways, that's a little unorthodox intro for you guys today, but typically we have Max on the show, and every week we just get together and catch up as friends. I mean, we've known each other. I've known Tony since, our parents were friends, so we've known each other pre-birth. We were sending each other text messages in the womb. And Max, I've known him since 2006. So 16 years I've known Max. Yeah, it's fucking absurd. 16 years. Our friendship can drive now. So, yeah, just, we get together and we just keep in touch like this. It was, something we started to be like, we have such funny conversations, or we just have fun conversations, that we should start a podcast and, whatever. And it's now become something where it's just kind of our little child, our little baby. And we just do it for fun. And I think it's one of the most pure podcasts on this planet. We don't make any money doing this. We don't really try. We just do it for fun. We do it for the enjoyment of it. And we'll typically talk about video games, current events, movies, music, anime, maybe manga, comic books. We're into a lot of shit. And if you're just listening for the first time, we appreciate it. Check in next week when we're all together again, because that's really the true vibe. Mm-hmm. It's not complete without Max, but if you fuck with it, hang out, come by once a week and hang out with us, because we sure love to have you. And if you want to keep in touch, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we have a video episode like this. Maybe you're listening, but we have a video episode like this every week. You can follow us on Spotify if you're not already doing so you don't miss a single episode. You can also join our Discord, where there is a thriving Woke and Boke friendship militia, as I call it. There, 230 plus heads hanging out. A lot of really cool guys that are, could have podcasts in and of themselves. A lot of just really chill guys that are smart and funny and sweet, and they're into the same shit we're in, and it's just a really nice kind of culture and community there. You can also follow us on Twitter at wokenbokepod, and Instagram at wokenbokepodcast. I'll typically update those every week when the podcast drops. We drop like this, Mondays. I try to get it out Monday morning. Every once in a while, that'll be late because I, have a full-time job, and I also do Jaded Forums, so sometimes shit gets hectic. But typically, we'll drop Monday morning every week. This is episode 144, so you can see we've been pretty consistent about that. You can also reach out to our Gmail, wokenbokepodcast@gmail.com, with your questions, your comments, your suggestions. We'll read those. We probably won't read any this episode. I kind of want to save those for Max. I like to read them when we're all three on the pod. Sometimes I do, sometimes we don't, but I typically like to do that. And then links to all these are listed in the show description. If you miss anything I said, it's all in the show description. And we're here. It's a beautiful Saturday morning in New York. And there's a lot of fucking video games coming out,
indeed.
Which is crazy. I don't know if you've checked any of these out, and I'll probably talk about these again when Max comes on, because I'm curious to hear what he thinks. But it's actually kind of fitting because some of these are more on the superhero end of things, so you might be interested, Tony.
You say superheroes?
Superhero comic books?
You say superheroes?
You say comic books?
I'm really into that.
Fucking stinking, I watched a video that was like 10 superhero video games you got to watch out for. And I was like, there's 10?
Yeah, I was like, there's not been 10 in the existence of video games. Like,
I'm like, wow. But yeah, we'll go over those. But the game I've been playing a lot recently has been Overwatch, which is solid, bro. Solid.
Yeah. When did that first come out? Because that was like
2016.
College, 2016? At the end of college. Wow.
Yeah. 2016 was when Overwatch came out. They got Overwatch 2 coming out in October, and it's actually going to be free to play, which is cool. And the biggest difference is that, in Overwatch, it's a hero-based team shooter, kind of like TF2, but it's a little bit different because everyone kind of has their own powers. A lot of people listening probably are familiar with Overwatch, but the big difference with Overwatch 2 is they're changing how tanks work. So in Overwatch 1, there's like 2 healers, 2 damage people, and 2 tanks. So damage is like they do high damage. Tanks are, they serve as tanks. They protect the team and then offer like, slow but high damage, or just like, I don't know, whatever. And then
healers bullet sponges.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're changing things up from being a 6v6 to being a 5v5, which is kind of crazy. So there's only going to be one tank, and then the tank is going to have a more critical role, as it's almost like a fusion between a tank and a shooter. So, like a damage person. So the game's like kind of changing because of that. So like tanks, if you can imagine, if your tank is gone, instead of having a backup tank, it's hard to hold a line. If your tank just wipes out, then someone takes over the line, and by the line I mean kind of like where the battle's happening, and then like you come back with your tank, and then maybe you wipe them out. So it's like there's more turnover, which I don't know if that makes it as strategic. Like, I was watching a lot of content on it while I was working. I was just kind of had like the Overwatch 2 IGN kind of thing going. There was like a live show, and they were talking about this, and I don't know, it's interesting. But I can just tell you Overwatch in general is really fun. It's really fun to play on the PC. Just it controls really well that way. If anyone in the Discord wants to like get some Overwatch games going, let's do it, because I'm having a lot of fun. There's a lot of different operators. I'm also realizing how much Valorant is inspired by Overwatch, because there's a guy, Reaper. I think Reaper is the name, and it's like he's like this skull guy demon who can teleport.
Not
and it's
the
like,
skull guy.
No, certainly not.
Just skull guy.
He's like a
skull guy.
He's a skull-related demon guy who can teleport and go invisible. And like the guy Omen from Valorant can teleport in the exact same way, and he has like a whole skull vibe too. He's like a Grim Reaper vibe. So it's kind of interesting how they took that and then put it into Valorant. But I think Valorant's so iconic, I didn't even think like, oh wow, this is really the original. Because Omen's such an iconic Valorant character operator. But that's gonna be interesting. The game that I'm most excited for out of all of these, despite kind of recent shit about ZeniMax coming out, which is a subsidiary of Bethesda that made Fallout 76, the people who did quality control, or basically the testers on Fallout 76 were really treated poorly. The working conditions were really bad. So, that's a big fucking bummer. But Starfield, from the makers of
Seinfeld.
No. Fix your glasses, dweeb.
Different thing.
Starfield is from the makers of Skyrim and Fallout 4. Ooh. And it is a video game which is basically, think Skyrim in space. And here's the nuts things about Starfield, right? First of all, like the overarching story is that you have some encounters when you first start. It's got a really in-depth character creator system. Maybe you have some missions that you're going on, and then you get basically asked to join this league called, I think they're called, it's this guild called Constellation, and they're at this cool futuristic capital city on one of these planets, and you go there and you meet them, and basically they tell you that there's these artifacts scattered throughout the world that you need to find for one reason or another. Like it might be some interdimensional thing. And so you're going across the world to find these artifacts to build like this portal or something. That's basically the general story. But there's all these factions and shit. But the world itself is, there you can land anywhere on a planet, right? Like there's like a whole planet map. You can land anywhere. And I'm sure No
Man's Sky.
Kind of, yeah. So it's like I'm sure that these planets, not all of them will be super fleshed out, but you can also mine resources with like this laser mining gun. Like there'll just be iron, and it'll go like and like you can like make experiments, you can fucking craft weapons, you can do all kinds of research and shit with the resources you find. So you can land on a whole planet. But there's a whole solar system of planets that you can go on. And then there's like 100 solar systems in this game. There's 1,000 planets for you to explore in this game.
That's insane.
And
how are they going to make that?
They've already
made it. That's kind of what No Man's Sky did, though.
It's got to be huge. They've been working on this for like 5-6 years. Yeah, but No Man's Sky doesn't have like the NPC. Like you don't interact with anyone. But this, it's like you go look at it. It's the best looking like NPCs. If you look up Starfield gameplay from Bethesda, it's like the best looking NPCs out of any of these games. It's just the graphics look amazing. I'm sure it's going to be buggy at the outset, but and then here's the other thing, Tony. Yep. So you have like 1,000 planets, and you can build your own outposts on these planets to get resources, and you can have like NPCs work on your outposts and shit. But you can also fully customize and build your own spacecraft. And then you can fly your spacecraft and like get in dogfights with it.
So it sounds like No Man's Sky with all the features that it should have had.
Yes.
Is that basically what it is? Because that would be fire. And the graphics look a lot better than that too.
You can fly your spaceship, and you can have like a crew on your spaceship doing a bunch of shit. It just looks like basically the coolest RPG ever. Like it literally looks like the coolest RPG I've ever seen.
Yeah, graphics look really sharp.
Yeah. So I'm and by the way, it's like a full on shooter. Like there's a bunch of different guns and shit. I mean, it just looks fucking good. Now, like the gameplay, that's the big problem with that's the big problem with Bethesda games is the actual fighting gameplay ain't always the most interesting shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay. But I mean, like, you can see in this thing, like, you have a jetpack and shit, and like, I don't know. Like that's the thing is like a Skyrim's cool, but like all the fighting is it feels weightless. It doesn't have much crunch to it. Mm-hmm. The fun from Skyrim is getting your loot and your powers and like the expansiveness of how much you can. I mean, it's a role playing game.
Yeah, it's character building, or like building your character with like the inventory and your powers and all that. Like that's the draw, not like realistic, immersive action.
Yeah. But I mean, Starfield looks like maybe like one of the biggest games fucking ever. Like this capital city on this planet of Jemison. It looks like this whole city. Like it looks like fucking, you know, like one of the major cities in Skyrim. And that's just one of the planets. So, like, I don't know how many cities there will be, how many settlements. Who fucking knows? But, I mean, you can see the NPCs look a lot better than anything Bethesda's ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, all these people are going to be, like voice acted and fleshed out. And there will be a bunch of side quests. And
yeah,
I'm sure there'll be crazy weapons, and I'm sure the story will get crazy. Like you'll unlock interdimensional travel type shit. Like you can build your own spacecraft. You can become a space pirate if you want. Like it looks like a game that I could sink my teeth into for literally years. Like I've already put in, like there's this cyberpunk city Paradiso or whatever the fuck that. I mean, it's just like there's all these different environments. I mean, I just, man, this old man talking, it's like, damn, they got like the face like, just looks amazing. So,
dude, this one city looks like an above ground like Gungan city.
Right? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah, man. Jeez. It just, I mean, I've put in 60 hours to Skyrim, and that's like I've finished one of the major side quest arcs. That's it.
That's it? After 60 hours?
Dude, I'm like...
Holy shit.
I'm like maybe a quarter through the story, the main story. And I've done one of the major, you know, side quests. I mean, it's like... And I've logged 60 hours. So, like, this game, you could probably log, like, 300 hours in one save file, I'm sure. Like, it's absurd. 1,000 planets to explore. And then it's like, even if some of the planets are barren, and they're just for mining resources...
I mean, like, that'd be realistic.
That'd be realistic, but also it's like, I'm sure the planets are fucking huge. So there's a million resources to mine. So if you just like grinding and collecting and shit, I mean, it just, I'm really excited. This is the game I'm looking forward to the most out of literally anything, I think.
How do they do, like, you know, the biggest video game map in existence right now is
Red Dead Redemption 2?
No.
I mean, one of the Fallout games are... Hold on.
Biggest video.
One of the... Minecraft has the largest land-based open world to explore out of any game in this list by far. The world of Minecraft is approximately 1.5 billion square miles. Is that fucking true?
Yeah, but it's like 2 by 2 pixels, you know? Like,
yeah, and also, how does that make sense? A billion square miles? It's not that big.
I mean, No Man's Sky is on the top of this list, and it makes sense because there's, you know, dozens, and I don't know how many planets are in No Man's Sky, but they were
this is what it was. Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
62,000 square miles.
Jesus.
What does that gameplay even look like, though?
How many square miles is Earth, though? Earth is 197 million miles. Right. So 200 million miles, basically, square miles. So these planets can't be like, they gotta be not full sized, I bet.
No, but I mean, like, I think that they'll still feel like, you know, whole, you know, maps for sure.
Right. Yeah. You don't need like a fucking entire, like with like 7 different ecosystems or whatever, I'm sure. Right. As long as they're each unique, that'll be fun. But that's crazy. I don't know how they're going to like store all that. Like how big is the game going to be on like PC? You know,
I'm sure it'll be big, but dude, I don't know.
I'd be interested to see that because I already run out of room with 2 games.
It's funny as fuck. Yeah, I mean,
bigger storage, obviously.
I mean, like, yeah, it's just crazy. I just know that like even Skyrim, right? Like Skyrim is so fucking massive. Skyrim's like a masterpiece. If it had better combat, like if you could mod it so the combat was more fun, it would be like one of the best games ever made. I mean, it already kind of is, but
it's like the same combat as like Elder Scrolls Online, right?
I've never played that, so I don't know.
Oh,
maybe
I played that a little bit with my coworker Dookie Shoes, and I was kind of like turned off by the combat. It was very much just like swing your sword like very slowly and like.
Yeah, it's RPG. It borders on not even being action RPG quality. I mean, it's like it's just kind of okay, but there's just so much to do and so many missions to go on and so many stories and so much world and so many factions. It's just like a game you could sink 150, 200 hours into. So
for sure, I mean that's what like the Batman game was, like the Batman series was for me. Like I liked all the lore of it, but like the fighting, it was kind of repetitive, and like he would like backflip like 30 feet to kick a guy, you know, like to do a combo. But there were cool fight scenes where it was like you're fighting Deathstroke and it's like smash B, and then and it was like a cinematic sort of thing. That's kind of cool too. But yeah, everything surrounding that is what's really more important. You know? Yeah.
And it's like Tim Rogers made a good point of like, you know, open world games. A lot of times it feels like you're just kind of doing chores for the open world, but a good game makes you want to do those things because it's like, I don't know, it's so realistic and just you feel immersed in it. There is a game. It's going to be kind of cool. Bethesda's, you know, not developing but releasing a game by Arcane Austin. It's called Redfall. And it's an open world co-op FPS, and it's like a zombie game, but it's a little bit more like demonic.
Cool.
That looks pretty cool.
Look at the video.
But I can tell you in terms of some of these, you know, like speaking of like Arkham games, Rocksteady's making a game called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Yeah,
and it's like a shooter adventure game that's going to be quote unquote genre bending.
I've seen trailers for it, but I haven't seen any of the gameplay yet.
Very interesting. Very interesting concept. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League gameplay.
See, DC, they're smart sometimes. Like they're like
they make good video games. I mean,
yeah,
it's funny. DC does everything pretty good except their fucking movie franchises. Like they've made the best superhero cartoons. They've made, you know, great theme parks and shit. They've made great video games, the Injustice series, the Arkham games. But their movies just suck. They even have good like TV shows. It seems like well, maybe that's not true, but I mean, like the Suicide Squad James Gunn movie was apparently good.
Yeah, that's why I think the new Black Adam movie looks kind of like no, it's not like a achievement in cinema, but like at least it's fun, you know.
It looks fun.
It looks like it's got a lot of heroes.
I love The Rock
in it.
to a degree.
Yeah, the fucking Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. That'll be sick.
That's funny. I don't even know who that is, Dr. Fate, but
he's like got the gold helmet, you know, and he's got like blue sort of outfit with the big gold cape. I don't know. He's pretty cool though. He's basically
that guy. Yeah, that's like a classic. Yeah, he's in fucking Injustice.
He's
cool.
a big character. He's like a top tier or like a second tier character for them. You know, he's like a Doctor Strange for DC.
That's cool.
And they showed just a glimpse of his powers, and it looks pretty sick. So
that is cool. The other game that I think is there's a game out right now that I want to play. It's called Ghostwire Tokyo, and it's like an open world game that takes place in Shibuya, Japan. So it's like this really cool world. It's kind of like a Japanese BioShock where you're fighting like demons. The only thing is like the combat looks a little boring. Like the AI doesn't look very dynamic. But that would be a game I'd like to play. just from the style. It looks pretty cool. But it does look like it's not like a banger of a game. There's the Insomniac Games Wolverine game coming out, which we've only seen a teaser for. I'm really curious to see what the gameplay for that is like.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with a Wolverine game is like you better have like some good dismemberment of the NPC characters, you know? Because if it's just like, oh, he slashes them and they fall over, not immersing me at all, you know?
Yeah,
needs to be a lot of blood and a lot of limbs.
I would like it to be an M-rated game that's very gory. I would like someone to do something gory with one of, superheroes or Star Wars or something like that for once. I would like there to be just something for the adults, for people that have supported this thing for decades,
In Obi-Wan, they literally like show him using a lightsaber, and he'll like hit a stormtrooper in the chest, and it'll bounce off as though he like hit him with a sword or a bat or something, instead of just slicing through him.
It just doesn't make any sense.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm so dumb. What else we got? Oh, the two other games. One is the Callisto Protocol, which is basically like a spiritual successor to Dead Space. That's going to be like it's going to be like a PS5 next gen level Dead Space rather.
Oh yeah,
that looks really sick. Like it's clearly kind of just the same game, but it looks like it maybe is a little bit more of a shooter. But having those next gen graphics and controls, it looks like it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So I'm excited for it. It looks like there's more powers and shit. I definitely want to cop that one. This is why I want a PS5, because some of these games I really do want to play like on a couch with a controller.
I'm not really so into zombies, but if you can mix it with sci-fi, that's more my speed,
Yeah, absolutely. Dead Space games rule. 1 and 2 do at least. I haven't played 3.
Shit.
Do you see them toss the guy into like a vent type shit?
Yeah, it's like a spinning thing and he gets his arm caught in there. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. So that I'm really interested in. Then there's another game that could be really interesting. It's a game that's clearly made in the style of Rick and Morty, like Justin Roiland made it, and it's called High on Life. And it is basically like a shooter. The graphics look really cool. Like the art design looks really cool.
Yeah. Hyper Bong, dude,
what? It comes from Squanch Games. It'll be released on the PS5 and PS4.
Of course, it's called Squanch Games.
It's a shooter.
Wow, yeah, this looks like a Rick and Morty game, basically.
So at launch, okay, my fault. So it will be. Luckily, I have Game Pass on my PC, so I can play any Xbox game. Like literally, you can play any Xbox game on Game Pass, and you can play it day one for free.
I thought it was like a rotating sort of library. Like not every Xbox game is in there.
If it's an Xbox game, I was watching the Bethesda. Damn, this looks violent as hell too. I was watching the Bethesda, not the Bethesda, the Microsoft like countdown to the Microsoft presentation, and they were showing all these game trailers, and every single one at the end was play it game day one on Game Pass. Oh, like cool. I mean, that's what I did with Halo Infinite. I played the campaign off Game Pass, which I think is just such a better model than buying a bunch of fucking games. Yeah, but and then I'm pretty sure you can, if you have an Xbox, you can just play it on that shit. But yeah, this game looks really cool. But yeah, they've said they've yet to announce whether it will release on on PS5 or whatever. But it reminds me of Oddworld, with all the guns like talking and shit.
Right, they all have eyeballs.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that'll be a really funny, entertaining, cool shooter. Really looking forward to that one.
Even the knife has like a little head,
right?
A little guy. It's
and he's like stab, like when you're killing someone. It just like I don't know. That just reminds me of just kind of like G4 and how video games used to be a little bit more fun and irreverent and fucking wild. I'm just excited for that shit. And then there's other games I want to talk about. I'll wait for Max. Like there's some Square Enix games coming out. Looks like they're going to make a RoboCop game, RoboCop Rogue City FPS. And it's developed by the Polish game studio Teon, whose biggest game is like Terminator Resistance, which I've never heard of. And it looks like mid as fuck. So I don't know if that'll be good, but a RoboCop shooter could be really fun if it's done right.
RoboCop game. Dude, you know what I was thinking that they need to fucking like get right and do on the level that they did for the Arkham games is like a TMNT one where you can just run around the cities as, the turtles.
4-player co-op game.
Oh my God, that'd be so sick.
And like if there was actually like Arkham level combos and depth to the action, and it wasn't like every Ninja Turtles game where it's all 4 people on screen at once. Like you could play it online co-op.
Right.
That would be sick as fuck.
That'll happen eventually.
There's just so many more things people could do video game wise, and there's also more shit they could do. Couch multiplayer that split screen or same screen multiplayer. I just feel like that needs to come back. I feel like Nintendo though has just basically adopted that whole tradition. We talked about Super Mario Strikers one of these episodes. I'm really excited. Like that's a game we're gonna get for our trip this Christmas, for sure. So
I haven't even seen footage yet, but that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have a lot of these games available for that. Right. Yeah, probably. Yeah, come end of the year.
Yeah, I just realized I was thinking about staying here for Christmas. Then I'm like, oh shit, I can't.
I can't. I'm tripping with the boys.
The fuck am I talking about?
Literally taking octagonal goobers to the brain with the boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Come Christmas time. Yeah.
So yeah. It'll be interesting. But
so at the same time, by then maybe we can come up to New York for a few days. Like you'll come,
maybe, and I might talk to Max about like, who knows? Maybe like I don't know if that would be cool with it, but maybe I just like camp out there instead of at like my crib. That might be better. Or like I don't know. Maybe I get a Airbnb myself and just do it like that. I don't know, but
all the cheddar coming in from the dealios, you could.
It's not. Nothing ever amounts to that much. It's hard to justify paying that much because Airbnbs are not cheap. But
no, you'd probably be spending $1,000 minimum to stay for a whole week.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe if certain things work out,
that's what I'm saying.
I could put that shit in.
There's some dope ones like downtown, like all glass windows around, like that.
But then again, it's like, what do I got to rent a car for a week? How much is that? Because it's like I got to be able to get from place to place, So
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, there is the metro, very safe and clean.
Yeah, but to get to my house in the suburbs, like the metro doesn't have a stop right there.
It does end right by your place. I thought, isn't that the train?
Oh, I guess so. Don't like
the last
me.
Stop.
Don't fucking. Oh,
right. Yeah, you can bleep that out. Yeah.
I don't know what you didn't say anything. I don't think.
No. Yeah.
So it's fine, but. Yeah, anyways, all those games look fucking cool. Yeah, man.
Let's see what else.
What do you think about this? I mean, we're almost done here, but what do you think about because I also got to poop, but what do you think about Joker 2 coming out? I don't know if you've heard details of this, but apparently
whispers.
Is going to be a musical. I don't know if you've heard that.
No.
Yes, it's going to be a musical, and guess who's going to play Harley Quinn in it? I don't know if you heard that.
No, let me guess. Fuck. Is it like someone super relevant that I'd be surprised about, or like
Lady Gaga will be playing Harley Quinn in Joker 2? So it'll be a Lady Gaga musical with Joaquin Phoenix, where she plays Harley Quinn. So that might be a gaudy nightmare that's entertaining.
Honestly.
Or it might just be Middingshire the 18th. Who knows?
Honestly, like, I'll give him this. Like, it's a movie that doesn't need a sequel at all. So if they're gonna do one, at least do something like
different.
Totally out of left field.
Yeah.
So, but isn't she like 40? Harley Quinn's like I don't know. I guess she's gonna play I guess like in yeah, I guess, but like I just think of Harley Quinn as like
Joker does Joker have to be a certain age,
No, but like you got Margot Robbie, like she,
she's the more comic booky classic Harley Quinn. I could see the more disturbing, weird Harley Quinn being Lady Gaga, who it could be very frightening if she's, if it's done the right way. She could be very scary, I think.
That's true. And it is sort of a different take on Joker and that kind of thing. So, because he doesn't seem like he's quite as like deranged. Like he is deranged, but like
it's more Joker, like dark. It's more like gritty, realistic, sad.
Yeah.
I also think like, she seems more mentally unstable. She could portray a more mentally crazy person than like Margot Robbie, like who's just kind of like a normal.
I'm not saying
person.
I wanted to see her. I'm just saying like
no, I know what you're saying.
She's so hot.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, fucking that like is going to be interesting because that's the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. I don't know if you know that. I mean, it's like it did $1 billion globally. So
it did $1 billion?
$1 billion.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. And when you consider that movies like The Matrix are R-rated, I mean, like that's absurd. It's like insane. So
wait, The Matrix is R?
I believe so. Yeah. Matrix. Rated R. Sucking dick.
I was watching this guy on YouTube, FD Signifier. You ever heard of him?
FD Signifier.
He puts out like really long video essays. And like one of them was like called Dissecting the Manosphere. And, part of it was touching on like how the Joker is like sort of epitomizing like this sort of like edgelord, white boy sort of
incel vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and,
The Matrix was R-rated in 1999 for sci-fi violence and brief language.
Huh.
Yeah, it made 467 million worldwide, which is crazy because Top Gun, which I saw, Maverick box office is like made double that already.
Top Gun was crazy. It was so like
you watched it.
Oh yeah, I saw it with my family. I saw it with my family, and
it's made over 800 million worldwide. Becomes Tom Cruise's biggest movie ever.
Wow, sheesh, bigger than any of the MIPs.
I guess so.
Or MI. No, just MIs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It felt like super masturbatory, Like, but it was fun. Like, I don't know. Like, it knew it was doing that. I don't know. It was
the footage and the flying sequences was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
It's very realistic. It's like no movie you'll ever see again. It's like bizarre how real it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear they're really in these jets.
And they opened up with like a super cool idea of him like going Mach 10 in like a prototype jet. Like that was pretty. And I thought spoilers. It's not really that. It's like at the very beginning, but I thought it was going to be like it blew up and it was going to be like 6 months earlier or something like that.
Yeah.
But instead, they kind of play it. It's like comedy. Like he walks into a diner.
It sets his character so well. It's like this guy doesn't follow orders. He's a risk taker and he's good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old, and he's the best.
The fucking some of the acting was like,
it was cheese out the ass. I mean, I love that,
especially Glenn Powell. The
dude, that guy is so hot. I love him. He's so he's so like, you don't have what it takes to do this mission.
His face literally like
he's like you crack under pressure. Like they call him Hangman because he always leaves you out hanging dry or something like that. Right. He always hangs you out to dry. Dude, I literally snorted in laughter in the theater when they were like, this is Fanboy and Microchip or wherever the fuck.
Right.
Like they were like, this is Webcam. This is Fanboy. Like, I don't know like what their names were.
The one guy was like, I'm just Bob.
That was mad. I know you and your brother probably cracked up at that one. Like, what's your call sign? It's Bob. Bob. So,
yeah. Bobbington. Jennifer Connelly was hot. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what else happened. I think that's it.
God damn it. Disable your ad blocker. Kill yourself. Like, what are you talking about? Hold on. Casting. I'm trying to figure out what the funny names. I hate the internet now. It's just like you can't just find shit on Google. Every call sign from Top Gun ranked. Oh, it's from the original.
It was and
Top Gun Maverick call signs.
Fanboy's not a good one. Why would you want to be called Fanboy?
Yeah, it's just really funny.
Silly.
I'm trying to fucking find it. God damn it. I don't know, but when they introduced, it was like Lockjock and Fanboy. It was just funny as fuck.
Rooster was a good one for Goose's son. That
was great. Miles Teller was cast perfectly, I thought. Tom Cruise did his job. I loved the homoerotic, cheesy football scene where they're all like just hugging each other and running around pointlessly. Like, right. I think they stopped keeping score. And it's like, you think these psychotic, competitive motherfuckers wouldn't keep score? They're just be like,
they're a team now, dude.
Yeah, they're a team now. John Hamm's so good at playing like a dickhead, fucking fed, like tightwad.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great, and when they were playing football, like I saw them put two footballs down next to each other and then hike them both, and I was like, I was like, what?
It's like, what is going on?
But then he's like, there's offense and defense at the same time.
Yeah, and it's just like, why not just play catch? Or I don't know, whatever.
But it's like, yeah, that's like part of like it was
so frantic. Like there was so many wet bronze bodies like sweating on screen. You're just like, whoa! It was like a gay like art like experimental film. I was like, wow. And then Tom Cruise like puts his shirt back on and he's like looks mangled and like worn and like it's just like wow, it's crazy. But anyways,
yeah, it's fun.
Good movie. It's funny just to see a movie make that much fucking money. It's probably gonna make 1.5 billion or something when it's all said and done. Who knows? It'll definitely cross $1 billion globally. It's only been out like 3 weeks and it's almost gonna touch $1 billion. So.
Yeah, it's one of the most like impressive like films I've seen, like filming.
Yeah, technically
stuff. Yeah,
this shit is crazy. Anyways, that's gonna do it for us on Woke and Boke. Tune in next week. Subscribe. Max will be back on. Max, if you're listening, love you, brother. Super proud of you. Yeah, dude. It's fucking chill.
Yeah, looking forward to it next week.
Yeah, and just good. I hope he killed it. I'm sure he did. We'll get the recap soon. We'll get the story.
Is the show today?
Yes. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and he only heard about it yesterday. So
insane.
Like, crazy shit. Proud of that dude. Anyways, I'm wondering if I should bleep his aunt's name, or I don't know if that'll. Dude, you fucking idiot! You know better. You act like you're dumb, but you know better. I'm just gonna bleep it. I'm gonna just bleep it. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean the episode had already ended, so I figured you're gonna cut off the end.
No, I didn't say goodbye. You fucking moron.
You just did.
No, I didn't say woke and boke forever, motherfuckers. Peace the fuck out. That's what I always say.
Shit.
Fucking head full of bricks, you dumb motherfucker. Anyways, we love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. People who are new are gonna be like, damn, he's mean to Tony. Fuck.
Fucking moron.
Fucking dumb oatmeal brain motherfucker. Anyways, love y'all. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Woke and Boke forever, motherfuckers. Peace the fuck.
Peace.
Out.